Health Watch is presented by UMass Memorial Healthcare. Here, caring for you.
Should new runners follow a particular warm-up and cool-down routine?
Whether you're a new runner or even an experienced runner, the days of sort of the old, bend over, touch your toes, the static stretching has gone out the window. You want more of what we call a dynamic warm-up, more of almost a calisthenic component, things that will warm up your glutes, your core, hip range of motion exercises before you're going to go out and run. The other thing that I always recommend to, again, new or experienced runners is some sort of deep tissue work before they go out and run, like a foam roller routine, which is sort of like a giant Tootsie Roll, comes in different colors which match up with different densities. Okay. And what that does is serves to break up the scar tissue in the muscle that everyone gets from exercise, and that helps improve blood flow to the muscles, it helps improve the tissue quality, and sort of helps the muscle get warmed up for exercise. So those two things, dynamic warm-up and then a foam roller routine before they go out and run.
How important is the cool-down portion?
If someone's pressed for time, I think doing the stuff beforehand is the most important piece. And if they are spent or pressed for time, a lot of people, the running is their sanity, the way that society is these days, limited routine. Scrapping the cool down isn't a game changer or a deal breaker, but I think walking, sometimes just doing some gentle stretching at the end or even foam rolling again can help really reduce the risk of injury and the risk of overtraining, things like that. So I do think if you have the time, definitely do it. If you don't have the time, just be happy you got the run in.
Should your stretching and warm-up routine change with the weather?
The colder it is, the windier it is, your body's just going to take a longer time to warm up that core temperature for your joints and your muscles to get active. So I think the nature of what you do doesn't have to change, but actually the length of time that you're putting in, it will change, especially if you're doing, tempo runs or more sprint or hill work as a runner. Your hamstrings really need to be warmed up, your glutes need to be activated. So doing some of those exercises and really not shortchanging your dynamic warm-up. When you talked about earlier about, people cutting out the cool down, this would be normally if your dynamic warm-up is going to be only 5 minutes, maybe making it be 10 minutes and putting some extra repetitions into it, to warm up your core temperature the colder the weather is.